Good afternoon, everybody. This is Chris Ogle on the Southwest Herts news show for Link for Growth, and today is Good Friday, 3rd of April, and I've got special guests on this week. I'm inundated with guests. Come and say hello, team. Ladies first.
Okay, thank you, Chris. It's Diane here, and yeah, I'm actually in Northampton today, which is a bit different.
What about that? Power of what we're doing here is it doesn't really matter much where you are. I must one day get myself down the market and you guys can host the show and I'll be down in town talking to local people. That'd be a bit of a hoot. Alex, come and say hello.
Hi Chris, good afternoon Diane. There's three of us today, it's confusing. All I'd say is it's Good Friday today, but it's also good every day. So
good to have Alex back after a little bit of a sabbatical.
Yeah. It might be more an enforced sabbatical. Job has needs move slightly further forward, so it could be may not be on ever again.
Hang on a sec.
Oh, let's get him off. Oh, what was 3 is now 2, ladies and gentlemen. Chris has somehow left the building, so this was unexpected. Yeah, I hope everyone's had a good week. I hope we're all enjoying the Easter break, and I was going to keep rambling on a bit because I don't know what we're to talk about now.
Well, perhaps we should just talk about what's happened in the past week then, Alex, and that whilst Chris is away.
Sorry about that. I had my other machine working in the background, and it was playing this video about 30 seconds behind, and it was a bit noisy. So I've now turned that off. So. If you would like to comment on the show, I don't know whether you guys can check the stream or not, but if you'd like to comment on the show, then we've got our Twitter handle there, which is at L4G SW Herts, and we've got the district email address there, which you can post stuff into, and you can also add comments to the thread that this show is being broadcast from. So if you want to get in contact and interact with the show, you can do that. So, right, this week, Alex, just recap on what's happened with Link for Growth. There have been a few events. I haven't been at them, really, so do you want to fill us in?
Yeah, considering I've been at them, I'm probably the best person to talk about this. On Tuesday, I was in the Regis from Rickmansworth. Really good event. We had 5 people there. Good to see Mike Combo again. Mike Combo from Utility Warehouse. Good to catch up with him. Really good sport, actually kind of helped out with the kind of explaining what Link for Growth is, which was really good. But we had 4 new people. A lady, and in particular, a lady working in the care sector with involving with dementia and helping wants to get into care homes and help set up deputyships and power of attorney. She was a solicitor like myself, and really good to chat about the law and what she's looking to do. And she's based in Oxley, so we talked about the future growth that we've got in Oxley. So it's interesting to come back as well, a few other people from various different businesses.
Good stuff. So that was on Tuesday. I happened to be up in Stamford that day, so that was a good event as well. But thanks for taking care of situation down here. And then on Wednesday it was another Regis in Watford.
Yeah, I've been to more Regises this week than I've ever seen done before. This week, Wednesday, we're in the Watford Regis again. Small event, 4 of us there. Prashil, great host as ever. Really helped out. I was a bit late due to I went and got a coffee. Massive queue, which is always a good sign, but it meant I was a bit late, so Prashil kind of got everyone sorted. It was also great to catch up with the team from the Langley Rooms who helped organise the Curry Club for us, and had a long chat with them for about an hour for a whole load of issues, local issues, the market we covered. We talked about politics, social media, and a really good chat with the guys there. They seem to be really keen and get involved more. They've got some great links to charities, especially the Peace Hospice, who we should be working with really, and so it won't be long before they're back on the scene and looking to get more involved.
We'll come on to that a little bit later because we've got some new innovations in Link for Growth, Link for Business, and one of the options is to have an event in the evening somewhere, and the Langley Rooms are quite spacious, so we might be able to talk to them if it involves a bit of food and stuff as well. So it was good to get that connection built, and thanks for doing that. I did make Thursday the CSR luncheon, which we moved from the Friday to the Thursday at the Scotsbridge Mill. And that was good fun, wasn't it? Except for the fact it looked like I'd been on the drink all night, actually. I just completely red eyes. But they seem to have fortunately cleared up a bit today. But that was always good, the CSR luncheon, and hopefully we can get a bit more charity involvement there. It's been really difficult to get charities motivated to do very much. I know you've struggled, Alex, with Homestar, is it?
Homestar, yeah, I will be seeing them next, I believe it's Friday. They want some online form created. It's taken about 2 months, but I've got a date in the diary now. Looks like it'll be next Friday. I'm going to go and see them. But we're 2 charities there, and I don't know if Diane, you will still count as a Women's Centre representative, but 3 charities there, so it's a good base kind of position where we can look to grow and hopefully add a new one every month. We'll eventually go back to the stage we were start of last year when we were talking 20 or 30 people at the event.
Fantastic. And there's quite a lot of activity out there in terms of finding new people in new areas. A lot of this is coming from the Reason Cafe, people popping in to sort of find out what this coffee hub thing's doing, and they're kind of discovering Link for Growth. And we've got some interesting potential expansion into Carpenter's Park, Leavesden, Garston, Oxley, Abbots Langley, just lots and lots of these other places that we have in the district that we don't have any representation at the moment. So that's all very exciting stuff. I mean, I think we'll be over 20 events in the district by mid-year, that's for sure.
Definitely sounds good. And great piece about Neil. I was in there today. He showed me a piece about his the cafe and the Reason Cafe, the Town Centre Partnership magazine. So it's great to see him getting some good publicity and stuff. And it's good to see there's a lot of great growth going on at the moment. It seems to be taken on the new year and kicked on quite a lot.
Absolutely. I don't know whether I haven't done many videos this week. I must confess I did the Waterways experience, which I've yet to put up, to be honest. That was over a week ago. But I've been out and about a little bit this week, so I haven't had much of a chance to do very much. But I'm still quite keen to pick up. I heard that Demand had got a couple of videos. It'd be quite good to track down their videos and get those into our playlists if we can find them. I don't know whether you can have a little dig around for that, Alex, but if you can find one, that would be really useful to pop in our charity playlist.
Okay, I'll see what I can do.
Thank you very much. Right, if you haven't seen the newsletter, the Southwest Herts newsletter, it went out on Monday. It's I put it up as a blog post on the Southwest Herts blog, and it's also on the district page. I put it into the Facebook page as well, so plenty of opportunities to catch up with what's happened last month and what's happening this month. But now it's time to go over to other local news, and I know, Diane, you've got a few things on your agenda, so time to pull you in to hear what you've got to say.
Well, I mean, you probably know more about this, and I know you were talking about it yesterday, but I understand there's a revised agreement in principle for the market coming up, which is quite exciting news, with quite radical changes in terms of opening hours and days and stuff like that.
Yeah, this has been brought about because of the impending rental going back to what it was originally set at, which was due to come into operation first week of April. Most of the traders on the market have suffered a 60% decrease in business, and consequently the prospect of a doubling in their rent would have effectively driven the majority of them out of the market, and that would have been curtains basically for the market. So something had to be done. There were discussions in the marketplace, not this week, but just gone, the week before. Blog posts were written, but the ante was raised, and a sort of emergency meeting was organised between Grant, who is the market trader representative, and Andrew Sparrow, who is Town and Country Director for the market, but also his boss, which they had last Tuesday, I understand. And the upshot of that is what they're talking about, and it isn't fixed, is that the traders can close Wednesday and Thursday, provided they open on Friday afternoon. Now, many of the traders, Sunday is the only day they have off, and consequently there's a bit of kickback about working on a Sunday. Some of the traders are saying, well, they'll continue to work on the Thursday and not do the Sunday. But the problem is that when you go into the market, even if all the units were full, you'd have units closed, etc., with differing people taking different days off, and it's a bit scattergun, really. So it's not been agreed. It's been laid down as an idea in principle. Because they've taken 2 days out, they put half a day in. There's an adjustment of the rent, there's an adjustment of the service charges, and essentially they'd be paying 45% of what their official full rent would be. So that's a bit less than they're paying now if they change to this new idea. So that's in principle what it's come down to, with a potential to start not next Sunday but the Sunday after.
Yes, because the date I have for a start or potential start is the 14th.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, I know the Waffle Observer carried a report on this. I know you were talking about it yesterday and written a blog about it. And they're saying there's going to be themed streets with the aim on the parade, with the aim of getting more people into the market.
Yeah, what was that? What did you say there? To do something in the parade?
Yeah, themed streets and themed markets on the parade, right, and encourage people to come into the market. So it's seen as being much more of a one market with bits on the parade, on the streets, as it were, and then the other bits in the actual market.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a good idea. I mean, the other thing is that having a market like we've got there, and having 2 days where the whole thing's shut up pretty much, is not only a waste of a high street presence, but it's a wasted opportunity to derive income for town and country markets. So even if the stalls were shut, they could open it up and have people in there doing, I don't know, craft fairs or whatever. As long as it's well publicised, then they could charge a tenner a pitch for a day or something. I think that will be a welcome opportunity for many types of craft people to have some representation in the high street where they can't perhaps even afford the 24 quid. They could afford something, and at least they'll be out there with the potential to talk to some people.
Yeah, I understand there's some debate about the opening hours for the food hall as well, as to whether or not that's going to open on the closed days. Have you heard anything about that?
Well, I haven't, but clearly with the weather improving and you know, the nights being longer, there's a potential for them to take advantage of that. Gary, who's got the first stall, has now moved his stall, or he's moving his stall to where, do you remember where the butchers were?
Yes.
Well, that's going in and up that first section, so he's taken a stall there, half of the butcher's space, and released that first unit, which I understand is going to be a Greek food outlet.
Oh, okay.
Which goes against what originally they said was, which is the food's upstairs. The food's upstairs and downstairs.
So they might, so solving one problem, they might be creating another, but we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, possibly there is ventilation opportunity there, because that was always the problem: is where are they going to vent the, you know, the smells to, and possibly vent them into the street. Might drag a few people in. You never know.
Well, everything will help, won't it? I mean, every little bit will help. It's quite dire down there at the moment. Although they get 10,000 people in a week through the market, it doesn't seem that way.
No, it doesn't. To be honest.
More short term and immediate on the market. I understand the petting zoo has been cancelled due to animal rights concerns, but the egg hunt and everything else, all the other activities that were planned for tomorrow, are still continuing. Can you update us on that?
Well, I just picked this story up this morning. It went out yesterday, but apparently there's been a fairly active campaign with the promise of disruptive participation by an animal welfare uh, group coming down there and sort of protesting. To be honest, I mean, if you're talking about domestic animals that are typically being held and petted and stroked, I'm not quite sure I get the whole. It seems to me to be a bit OTT. I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm flying in the face of something here, but I don't know. I don't know whether it's just a storm in a teacup idea. I mean, I'm not sure any harm would have come to anybody. I know that you shouldn't be using animals for entertainment and stuff like that, but I don't know. I don't know. It sounds a bit daft, especially having spent all that money on advertising. I know that's not justification, but either do the homework first to make sure you can run it, or let it go.
Maybe we need to let it run anyway so we get more people to market, because I'm guessing all those protesters will count as entries to the market. They might buy something when they're there. There's some lovely products there. Then maybe they might get a candle and chill out. I bought a candle this week from the market. It's very relaxing. So maybe have the animals in anyway. The protesters come, pick up a candle, and they can all relax and realise it's not a big deal.
Yeah, I don't know, but seems a bit OTT to me. I don't, and I saw the Facebook page. Success. We've managed to stop this and all that. I don't know. Maybe I'm old-fashioned, but it seems a bit nitpicking to me. But anyway,
Okay.
the rest of the festivities, the egg hunt and whatever else it was, I can't remember now. All seems to be okay. No group wishing to protect eggs has complained about the egg hunt. I think so. I think we're okay with that.
Right. Yeah. Chocolate eggs have a really important human right.
Yeah. Are they free-range chocolate eggs? Have they lived a good life?
Oh, I don't know if there's a certain brand who promote organic chocolates or not, but yeah. Anyway, traveling north this afternoon and this morning, I found the traffic was really incredibly slow. So I assume that's all the Watford fans going off to the TV, to the game with Derby tonight. And of course, it's on Sky TV, on Sky Sports tonight. So if you're a Watford fan and you can't get to the game, Sky Sports is obviously the place to go and see it.
Not a big football fan. Is this a top of the table clash?
Oh, it is. It's second against about fourth or fifth, so it's a really important, critical promotion game. Neil will be all over this game tonight. He will no doubt find a pub in Watford that's showing the game and will be busy watching it.
Well, if you're watching, Neil, good luck, Watford.
Okay, and then sort of still associated with Neil, as it were, the Green Party candidate was announced last week, and you and I and Alex, or the three of us, met him last Saturday in our Said and Cultural Voice at Reason Cafe. I understand he's the youngest candidate for the Watford MP, potential MP or candidate for this this constituency this time round. And I understand you're going to be interviewing him later in the week or something, Chris.
Yeah, we've got to get that tied up. I don't have his email address at the moment. Neil is going to be forwarding that on to me. He has agreed to do it. He needs to get up to speed with the technology, but look out for that interview towards the back end of next week. I bumped into Richard Harrington on Wednesday, not physically, but I was on the phone and he was coming down from the food court shouting my name. So we had a quick chat about the market, and I just popped it to him. Would he be interested in coming on another interview towards the end of the month with some guests to come on and ask him some challenging questions? And he said he was up for that. So Alex is also up for that.
Yeah, I've just lined up. I was at Reason Cafe today preparing a couple of challenging questions, and the blog has gone out with a kind of summary of a few issues. which I'm interested in, and Richard will be told about when I get a chance to put them to him, and I'm interested to see what he says.
Fantastic. Matthew Tamain of Labour, I met him in the high street doing his, he had his Labour stall out and was talking to passers-by, and he agreed as well. He enjoyed the last one, he said, very much, and was looking forward to doing another one. So, in fact, it was he that prompted the question. I didn't say would he do it. He said, could I do another one? So, not wanting to miss out on opportunity, I said, yeah, sure, I will be in touch and we'll do it.
Sounds good, brilliant.
So what about the other candidates? Have you arranged dates or times with them, or are you planning to get in touch with them this week?
I will have no problem with Nick Lincoln. He'll be delighted to do it as well. And then, of course, it's just sending a message to Dorothy's office this week. I'm sure she'll be quite happy to do it. It's just a little bit more difficult with her office due to the fact that the Wi-Fi in the council offices is almost non-existent. She does have a campaign quarters now, doesn't she?
Yeah, based on St Albans Road, just opposite home base. Just as there is a slight bridge when you come from the junction. You turn right onto the St Albans Road from Clarendon Road. It's on that parade of shops on the right-hand side, just at the bridge next to the garage.
Okay, well, hopefully they'll have decent Wi-Fi in there, and we'll be able to plug her in over there and get her on rather than go through the council, which was a bit more of a challenge actually. But yeah, I'm quite comfortable that we'll get them all. We'll get them all on, and we'll get the difficulty's not going to be them. I don't think it's going to be finding 2 or 3 possible questioners who are up to speed with the technology and can join us.
I'm sure we can find 2. Sorry, Diane.
I was just going to say, I was going to echo your words actually. I'm sure we can find a few people who'd like to ask all the politicians standing a question or two, because let's face it, it's going to be tight. It's going to be tight nationally and very tight in Watford as well.
I think what I should do is I should certainly get something for Neil to put up in the shop, so he can sort of say, if you want to talk to someone, one of these candidates, then register your interest and we'll be in touch, etc., etc.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure he's I'm sure he's watching this now. He was showing the leaders' debate earlier in the cafe. So it's a great place where people can come and talk about political issues with different people, whether it's the Greens, whether it's people from other parties can come, and they've got a place to talk about issues. I know next Wednesday he's got the Young Green Party having their first meeting at Region. I'm going to go along at 6 o'clock to find out what they're looking to do. And it's great. It's a great addition to Watford.
Okay. The next thing is Michael Green Foundation. Their course, the Eat Right course, is now finished on the Monday. Apparently, speaking to Catherine yesterday, it was really incredibly successful. But of course, on the health, looking after yourself and everything, and being healthy, I understand that Marek is starting a running club in Watford.
Yeah, Marek, he lives over in South Oxley. He's a keen link for growther. And he's been running, I don't know, for 2 or 3 years, I guess now. But he just got started, and then he's one of these people who not only does he enjoy the physical activity, he reads up on it and studies running, and he's now qualified to organise and run running events for. I think there must be levels, but he's quite within his capability to organise a beginners running group, so he's scheduled to do that in Castlebury Park, and the dates aren't confirmed yet. But what I'm going to do is I've got some new cards. You know these cards we've got, guys. They've got some new ones printed now. They're ones where if you just turn them like that, they're up the right way. As opposed
I think we've also spelled business right as well, which always helps, because last time there was more bussiness than business.
That's right. So now I've got these, and as you can see there, it's you can see that at the top there, it's the bit.ly/L4G SW Herts, and we've got other addresses down the bottom there. You can see Basically, if you're a charity, if you're a local business, or if you're interested in buying local, then get yourself onto that Southwest Herts website. All the stuff we're talking about is posted on there. You can comment, you can make your own news, you can participate. It really is there as a utility and a tool for the people of Watford to talk about what's going on in Watford. So, anybody can participate. It's not just for this select group of people. If you want to come on this show, you can. If you want, this is a completely open shop. Everybody's welcome to participate. So, do get in touch with us and do seek to get involved, because this is our town, this is our district, and everybody's part of it. So that's the same with what we're doing. So yeah, so Marek's in there. He's posted up there about his running, and yeah, there's already people who've commented and said that they love to go along there, and because it's not going to be particularly challenging because it's for beginners, people will all be able to start off at the same level, which is great.
Sounds good. Alex, you posted something about Farm Terrace continuing their campaign until after the election, because no decision has been made yet. Do you have any further news on that?
Pretty much that's everything, really. The news is that nothing will be decided until after the election. Now we're in election season, but Purdah has come into effect, so no decisions can be made. And the blog, I put a link to Sarah's blog on the Southwest Herts District blog so people can find out more. It's good. She believes it's good news because a new government may have different people in charge. Obviously, a different government, a Labour government, may put a different person, will put a different person in charge in the Department for Communities and Local Government. So she believes that a change in government may be the right thing. So after the election means different people making decisions. So it's possibly good news for the people of Farm Terrace.
Yeah, I mean, I noticed Nick Clegg was down there on Tuesday, or was it Wednesday? Tuesday, I think it was, with Dorothy, promoting the Lib Dem cause and promoting her stance on it.
Yeah, there's pictures of him in the paper this week about him down at the area looking at the health campus and talking to Dorothy about it. I don't particularly know much more about that.
I mean, it's ironic and strange that they filed this third application when they knew it would drag into this Purdah period. For those that don't know what that Purdah period means, it means anybody in government circles, services, who's working as a civil servant are unable to participate in any conversations which are political of nature. So, talking to Neil's wife Lisa today, she's not allowed to talk about anything in politics because she works for the health service. So they can't talk about it. They're not allowed to talk about it. Obviously, the candidates themselves are talking madly about it, but that's their job from now on in, to get the public, not civil servants, on their side. So that's what Purdah's all about.
Yeah, my mum also works in the NHS, similar to Lisa, so very much anything she does say is her in a personal capacity and doesn't represent the views of the NHS or any other government organisation.
Okay, so the waterways experience last week, I know that I posted some photos up there and I think everyone had a good time. Hopefully they'll get some good publicity off the back of that, and they've asked me to go back and take some more photos, which I'll gladly do for them. But Alex, I know you're very much in touch with them and great supporters of their cause. What else are they looking to do? Do you know?
The newsletter went out the other day. It's more of a kind of in-house newsletter than newsletters to the public. And they're tying themselves over the next couple of weeks. This is the busy season. Obviously, they're mainly summer trips because that's when it's better weather. But it's looking good. They've got plans for photography competitions. So, like we did with the Women's Centre, get people to take pictures of the trips of the canal and see what they can do from there. There's now a Twitter account and a Google Plus account for them. You can find the details of the Twitter account. I'll retweet something from them later with the show, and for the Google Plus page is in the community. I'm running those effectively, so you're talking to me. But yeah, it's coming on really well. It's another one where I'm kind of talking to someone in a different. I've got a different hat on. This is my Autoways experience has had. He can come and talk to me later on in my own personal capacity. But yeah, it's coming really well, and I think we've just started to get things going, as they say.
Okay, so I suppose it's time to move on to next week, and yeah, I know we've got Ricky Drinks on Wednesday at the Fox and Hounds in the High Street, which I'm planning to go to. But what else is happening, guys?
Next week we've got a few things going on. Chris and I are going to be at the market tomorrow. Diane obviously won't be there. She's in Northampton. We have a long trek down for a bacon sandwich.
Chris is going to be there tomorrow. He's coughing like a good one.
He'll come along. Ray's got his bacon sandwich already on order, I reckon.
Yeah, I'll be there. Don't worry.
Yeah, bacon and egg. So not just bacon these days. Mine's the bacon. Chris is the egg and bacon.
Yep.
Then on Thursday, I'll be at the Mercure covering for Catherine Baldwin, who sadly can't make it because she's helping Joanne from the Michael Green Foundation with a TV appearance, talking that's going on GMTV. Good Morning Britain. I was going to say America there. I thought they've expanded too fast there. But yeah, so helping with some TV stuff, which would be great exposure for them. So I'll be at the Mercure next week. I don't know if you two will be there as well. Or... Sorry, Chris, you having problems?
I'm all right.
I don't know if Chris will make it to the Mercure next week or the market tomorrow, but I'll be there at the Mercure next week, and might not make it to Ricky next week because I'll be going to the Greens Young meeting in Region, so I thought I'll pop along to that instead.
Okay. I mean, Michael Green Foundation did have a piece in the Daily Mail online this week, didn't they? Quite a big feature article about type 2 diabetes.
Yeah, I believe it was online and in the actual hard paper itself. Catherine was asking me if I could buy the paper and read because the in-paper version was slightly different, more detailed, and I was slightly hesitant about buying certain papers. But it was a really good article, and she's got some great traction. As a result of that, they've got this TV experience, TV opportunity next week. So good things are coming, and they're starting to grow some traction in national news as well as local news, and obviously this news show.
Okay. So apart from the drinks and the Mercure, anything else happening for Link for Growth wise in Southwest Hearts?
Obviously, Chris will be doing his national TV show, presuming he's capable and not coughing, but I'm sure he'll be fine. There's a couple of skills training sessions going on. I believe it's the 7th, so that'll be Tuesday is the start of the Running the TV show by Google Hangouts training. Chris, maybe you want to come in quickly here and get some more information.
Yeah, the 6-week ALP starts on Tuesday. That's essentially the type of thing that we're doing right now. If people want to be able to do this kind of thing for their business, their charity, or for any organisation that they're representing or wanting to build, then there's quite a bit to it. But if someone had said to you, you can create a TV show for your company 10 years ago, can you imagine what might have been involved in doing that? Absolutely astronomical costs. Now you can do it all for free, but you just need to know how to do it. So, I set it all up for Southwest Hearts, but we're running a 6-week training program which takes you through each of the steps so that you can set up your own TV channel for your business, for your training organisation, for your webinars, for anything that you might want to do where you want to talk to a wider audience. So if you're up for that, you can look for linkforskills.com. That's LINK, the number 4 skills.com. Go there. The actual next workshop is that one right at the top. Just book yourself in. You have to be booked in by Monday, I think, to be able to go on it because we close that so we can prepare for it. It's being run by Carol Dodsley, who is a Google top contributor for Hangouts, which means Google have recognised her as somebody that's adding real value in the network and enabling people to take advantage of the Hangout tool that they've created. So you've got a real top-class trainer on that program. So do get yourself booked in. You'll be up and running your own TV show within 6 weeks, which is fantastic value. So as Alex said, I'm on the news show tomorrow. Cough allows me. But that starts at 3, so if you want to catch up with what's going on around the country, you can do so. It won't be a long show, just be me, but the month after, I'm looking for participation from other people around the country, so it'll be a lot more interesting, a bit like this show.
Okay. Well, I know actually I ran into somebody else who was saying, oh, yeah, did I know Carol? And they were recommending her and saying how good she was, especially how good her training was, which is absolutely great. The other thing is, of course, it's not only Google Hangouts training, it's also things like Twitter and Facebook and Google Plus training, and how you can use these things to maximize your social media marketing capabilities, both on a personal level and for your company or charity.
Definitely, couldn't agree more there. And there's actually, in fact, talking of Twitter, there's a Twitter Basics one on, that'll be the Thursday, the same day as the Mercure. But if you're going to the Mercure, don't worry, all the trainings are recorded, so you can book in and you'll be synced to a link to it. So if you can't make it, because you're with me at the Mercure, you can watch it back. I believe you'll have a good enough time to find out, to catch up with it in your own time, so you don't have to worry about paying the money and not being able to go. So that's Thursday, and you get the basic Twitter. So rather than going into detail, Twitter and Hootsuite, we've kind of separated them. I believe Hootsuite's covered in the more intermediate course. So this one is just Twitter and the basic stuff Twitter.
Yeah, and of course you can keep watching these videos time and time again. It's not as if you're limited to one-off repeat viewing of it, having logged in and paid for the course. And the course value is very good in comparison with a lot of the more commercial courses that one sees advertised on the internet.
Just one last thing I want to mention. On Sunday, the 26th of April, Tanya Clark, who has been on these shows before, she starts the second of her group Thrive program sessions at the Reason Cafe, starting at 10. Goes on for 2 hours, and that's a 6-week program, so that'll run right the way through May, and then 6 weeks after that she does a follow-up sort of reunion. So if you want to know if you want to start thriving in your life and get some of the blockages out of the way, do take a look at that program. And she runs, in fact it was yesterday she ran a taster session, so you missed that now, but do check out the Thrive program or look up Tanya Clark. It's an excellent course. I've been on it, Alex has been on it, and it certainly does make a difference in your life. So if you're interested in self-improvement big time, I would encourage you to check that out.
Yeah. Am I right in saying these taster sessions are the first Thursday of every month?
You are right.
Definitely, indeed. I've picked up a few things from the brief 20 minutes I had warning that after I said I'll come on, that Chris said, can you look up some news? And thought, well, I've actually got to do something here. So a few things. Tomorrow, if you're interested, the humanists in Watford are meeting in the Reason Cafe. That's I believe 11 o'clock. They're always there at the first Saturday of the month. Or in Reason itself, there's a big board listing all the different events. They've also got a green chat in the evening, which is at 5 p.m. So a chance for people to meet local green members and find out what the Green Party are. If you saw Natalie Bennett on last night's TV debate and you want to find out more, go along to Reason tomorrow in the evening. The humanists are at 11 o'clock tomorrow morning. And the Green, on Wednesday, as I said earlier, the Young Green Party are having their first meeting in Reason again to find out more about what the Young Greens are trying to do. And all these kind of events are on the meetup group known as Free Thinkers. So Neil from Reason has set up a group for the events, for Tanya's Thrive sessions, for Humanists, for all the green meetings, for events such as Link for Drinks, which are the popular events. So trying to get all those into one place so different people can find out about them.
Good stuff.
A few other bits, just got a couple of things really. A couple of petitions have been going around. One from Les Mead in Rickmansworth, who unfortunately couldn't make the Rickmansworth region event, but would have benefited from a few new people there, possibly signing a petition looking to expand the Ricky Museum. They're based in Rickmansworth in between. Let me just find the little quote I got from them. Hold on, bear with me 1 minute. Here we go.
Daughter of Rickmansworth, he used to chair the Three Rivers District Council, and he is very keen to promote everything he can do for the area.
Yes, and just finding finding out they're based in Basing House, which is in between the library and the Rickmansworth and the Watermead and Rickmansworth Forestry, and they're looking to expand in Basing House. and take over the whole of the ground floor rather than just the half they've got now. So there's a petition on change.org, and if you search for Three Rivers District Council, you'll be able to find out the petition. So Les would like you to sign that. I'm sure maybe we can see if we can speak to him, get an interview with him sorted, and find out more about what the museum does, what they're trying to do with the museum.
Well, I mean, I'll go down there and do a walk around with the glasses, just so as we've got something that's fairly simple, and he can just talk us through that. But have we got anywhere with the Watford Museum on the same sort of basis?
I'm still waiting to hear back from them that they've got the Google Plus authorization code, so they can get the Google Plus page. But perhaps just I'll maybe send an email, see if we can get something similar sorted about that, and a quick walkthrough, maybe a 5-10 minute interview.
Fair.
One other thing, it looks like there's a kind of groundswell of opinion both from public and political figures to keep the Met Station open. Dorothy has met the campaign, and she's handed the petition to Richard Harrington to hand in to the former Department of Transport Minister, and looking to kind of keep the Met Station open, because as it stands, the Met Station will close and then the Croxley Rail Link will kind of move round past alongside Casbury rather than going through it into the Met Station towards the High Street. But trains are going to be reduced into Watford as a result. They're going to lose a quarter of the trains, going from 8 to 6. And Dorothy thinks that because of the changes, they're now going to have to turn around at Rickmansworth, and she thinks it's really unpractical. So there's she's leading a petition to kind of sort that out.
Sounds interesting.
And if you bear with me one more minute, a couple of things. A cafe in Rickmansworth has got a sustainability award. Yeah, the cafe in the park in Frogmore Lane in Rickmansworth was given a 3-star rating for sustainability, and they've got a mantra where they only buy products from farmers we know and trust and pay our staff a living wage. They believe that if we look after the world and around us, and if we buy meat that has been looked after, it actually tastes better. So that kind of perhaps something to consider looking at, meeting them, having an interview with them, and seeing, because they obviously fit in with our ethos of buying local and eating healthy and sustainability and stuff.
Yeah, maybe we could pop in and see them, and check out the venue, because absolutely they seem to have the same ethics and values as what we do at Leaf for Growth. So
yes, and that's about it for me. That's the kind of the 20-minute roundup.
Excellent. Okay, well, a good thorough overview there, wasn't it, Diane?
I thought it was very good. Yes. Yeah, I thought it was very, very good.
Okay, so if there's nothing else, we can wrap it up, I think. Check out the national show tomorrow, and we're always looking for charities to raise their profile. So, or if you're running a local business and you want to raise your visibility, then please do get in touch. Use the mechanisms I've shown you during this program. It's all about helping everybody up in the community and working together to create a better Southwest Heart. So the time is now. So say cheerio, guys.
Cheerio, guys.
Right, and thanks for joining me today. And you never know, one of you guys might take over and I'll join you at some point. That'll be a novelty. I'll join you from the market or something.
Let's hope the weather improves a bit, then we might be able to.
Yeah. All right, let's wrap it up. Thanks ever so much for anybody that's watching this or has watched it and or is going to watch it. And we'll see you all next week. That'll be the April the 10th. Enjoy your Easter and see you back nearly at next weekend. Thank you.